Put my opinion out there. Soccer is better to play, rugby is better to watch. This still provides some controversy for the rugby guys to argue about, but it's my opinion that I will stick to. So why is soccer better to play? Well, I have the experience of playing both sports, and soccer is more for people who don't like the physicality of rugby. I've found that once you actually get into soccer and learn the skills, it is a great game to play. Soccer has heaps of teamwork required to win, which I found rugby seems to lack a bit. Another reason why soccer is awesome to play is each year you seem to end up in a different team with way different people. I have become friends with many St. Pat's people through soccer because a lot more of them seem to play soccer than at our school. But this probably won't be enough to prove you rugby boys wrong. But have you seen lately on the news how they're saying that many people who played in the elite side like the All Blacks 20 years ago are starting to get major health problems like arthritis and head problems by being hit hard in rugby? Well, you don't get this in soccer, yet you have to be just as fit. Soccer also offers a better fitness benefit. The approximate length of a rugby player in a game is 3 kilometres, yet the average for a soccer player is about 9 kilometres per game. Of course your position in soccer and rugby will change this, but it's still not going to be as near as soccer. In soccer, it is much harder to score, making a goal more valuable and tougher to get. With goals being less often, it's not just one person getting on them as it always at least 2 attackers available to score. And it's not always the strikers who score, as you can be basically anywhere on the field to be able to score. So it doesn't matter if the other team has the ball. If you get the slight chance, you can almost always strike if you get the ball off them in their defence. The main problem why people think soccer is lame is because of all the English club players pulling Hollywoods every time they are on the ground. They are the ones that give soccer a bad reputation. Another thing is when New Zealanders watch soccer, they usually watch the All Whites or Wellington Phoenix, and let's face it, these teams aren't the best. So that leads me to why rugby is better to watch. Well, who doesn't like watching Sonny Bill get Sonny Billed, and Quade Cooper almost breaking his knee? And of course, in rugby, New Zealand can actually beat Australia, and who doesn't like that? In rugby, there is a lot of more action than in the elite teams rather than games of soccer. I love watching the teams I'm cheering for win, and it is quite hard to get satisfied when you're watching soccer unless you cheer for a team like Barcelona or Argentina. But even then, it's hard to watch because they're on the other side of the world, and our coverage is usually when we are fast asleep. There are still some people who play rugby who are just plain annoying. Like, I can't stand Sonny Bill. He needs to go to league and stay there. And then there's Quade Cooper. He isn't good enough for New Zealand, so he goes to Australia. All New Zealanders have a passion for New Zealand and wouldn't want to go to Aussie to play. So what does that show about his attitude of New Zealand? I can name many more people in soccer that are just annoying. They need to all learn to grow up and not act like they have broken a leg when they get a slight bruise. So as my reasons above prove that soccer is better to play and rugby is better to watch, and I know many of you people will still argue against this conclusion, but it's my opinion, and to be honest, I think it's the only plausible opinion that I can agree with. So I encourage you, if you don't want to play rugby, then come to the brighter side and join a soccer club. If you're lucky enough to get into a decent team, you will not be disappointed.